Good evening everyone and welcome to TTG Project Cars. It is Season 3, Round 2, here for the Renault Roulette, and it is in one of my favourite cars this week. We are in the Formula Renault 3.5, so I'm very excited to be bringing the action once again. Don't try and say that when you're breathing in one breath. Goodness me, that's just calmer. I'm JamesHead14 though in the meantime, taking you through the action once again this week for TTG Project Cars. I'm excited to bring in the action here from Road America in Wisconsin. We have 14 corners awaiting the drivers here tonight, and it is a very familiar track to those of you guys who might be watching the IndyCar, because this track has been used for the IndyCar in the past, and it is a very good track to drive, I've got to be honest. I haven't driven it recently, but I know from my commentary experience that it is a very good track to drive, as I do believe I was covering the Gavra Academy round here in one of the seasons previous. So Formula Renaults as well, very nifty cars, can reach in excess of 185 mile an hour coming into tonight. But what's more important is the driver standings, and I will take you through the driver standings now. I do apologise again, I have got a flu and sore throat and it's horrible and I don't want to pass it on to anyone, but still. Crusher brought out on top on 26 points going out of round 1. Got Andy in second on 22. Good to see him here tonight. Jesse in third on 20. Alan Kay in fourth on 18. Sean in fifth on 16. Mummy Papa in sixth. Best name ever in TTG. 15 points for him. Siege in 7th on 14. Mays in 8th on 13. Frank in 9th on 12. And Theo Daly, who was not made... Oh, he is here tonight. Theo Daly is here tonight. There was some uncertainty that he wasn't going to make it, but Theo Daly is here tonight, which is fantastic. And of course, we're going to be splitting up into 2 streams like last week. We're going to be covering the Renault RSs later on, which will happen after this 15-minute race here in Road America. And look at the track. Beautiful track. 14 corners, 4.04 miles in length. Very tricky corners. It is quite basic. The middle sector more technical than, I would say, the first and the third. The first sector only being literally a straight, another half a straight, and then the start-finish straight as well. So it's going to be interesting. Watch out for the tricky left-hander at turn 3, I think it is. And have I just picked up the wrong track map? Because that looks wrong to me for some reason. Start-finish straight, 14 to 1. It's because it's on it's because it's on an angle. I apologise. But yeah, turn 5 is the one watching out for after the marine sweep down the straight. But we are going to get underway. I'm going to get my camera at the ready. I will check the comments in due course as well. So hopefully everyone's going to be enjoying the action that'll happen out on tonight. And it's This Is War that starts out in front. Mummy Papa second, Theo Daly third, Andy in fourth, Frank in fifth, Jesse in sixth, Taze Leroy, new driver in 7th, Siege in 8th, Mays in 9th, Sean in 10th, Alan Kane 11th. Will be tricky to pick out who's who out of the TTG guys down in 8th to 11th. But I've just came off League of Europe commentary. You can probably tell I've been a little bit late starting it, so I do apologise. I was sorting out a massive incident that happened in League of Europe, which I'll come on to probably live. But here we go. Speaking of live, we're about to go out for lights out here at Road America. And Mays has got a drive-through penalty for jump start. So is Alan Kay. The lights are coming green now, and it is lights out away. We've got a very good start from This Is War from the line. What a start that is! This Is War already probably half a second clear as they run down the hill into turn 1. And very slow off the start. I think there's been a collision off the start, has there? There has been a collision off the start. I don't know who it is. I think Crusher Bro has been involved in that, I do believe. No, sorry, Theo Daly's been involved, and Mays has been involved as well. And they can't go anywhere because they've got no wheels. He's got no wheel, and neither is Theo Daly. Oh, Theo Daly does, but he can't go anywhere. Oh dear. Mummy Papa now leading those hands. Anyway, everyone... We might have to have a restart here if these cars can't be removed out on track. This is terrible news for Theo Daly and for Mays. This is War running wide there. Very good start from Siege, down from 8th place. He's up from 8th, up into P2. But the first minute is underway, and This Is War is just going completely off track. Oh, somebody's spinning in the background. That is Jesse off in the background, and he retires already. without even going a yard, really. But Mummy Papa out in front of the Fan Attack Racing livery. This is looking good from him so far, the pin. Siege in second, this is War in third, and no Crusher Pro here tonight, interestingly. So no Crusher Pro here in the championship standings will come to be very interesting from the end. Theo Daly, by the way, has got underway, I do believe. Theo Daly has got underway, he hasn't got underway. Mate has left the session. He's going to be waiting for the other races to come. Theo Daly has also left the session. We're down to 8 early on, and Mummy Papa leads the way. 3.2 seconds out on track. This is War and Siege. Siege has dropped out in P4. I'm not sure what's happened to him, as Sean is now through and he's up to P2. Andy's struggling down now in 5th. Don't think he's had much practice in on these cars, to be honest, this week. But Mummy Papa, as they come across the line to end lap 1, and there's pretty much a 2-minute lap round here at Road America. 1:59.6 for Mummy Papa. The rest will be in 2 minutes. Coming across the line, and it's Mummy Papa who leads by an increasing margin of 5 seconds. He's the one to watch out for here tonight because he looks very, very quick indeed. Mummy Papa leading the way early on with Sean in second. This is War in third, Siege in fourth, Andy in fifth. Then a whole host of people struggling. Clear contact off the start, which we didn't catch up on. Frank, Alan Kay and Taze Leroy all missing their front wings. We're about to see a possible overtake for second. In fact, Sean is getting under pressure now from This Is War, and This Is War right under pressure. Frank, Alan Kay and Taze that is going to be coming into the pits, and behind as This Is War nearly goes into the back of Sean into the background. Has he lost his front wing there? We'll have to have a look coming out. He hasn't lost his front wing, but he's gone well wide. After the Mexican border goes This Is War, of course, Wisconsin further up north in America. If you're not familiar with your geography. But Siege trying to catch This Is War here. About 0.4 of a second separating these two. This Is War struggling in the cars. Siege beginning to get a grips. Is beginning to close down the gap now as we are on lap 2. Out of however many laps, it is more of an endurance race here, and Siege has waltzed up the inside of This Is War. He's up to P3 as This Is War went on the grass slightly. Andy under pressure to deliver here tonight in 5th, currently sitting in 2nd in the championship standings after that impressive performance last time out, of course, in Renault Roulette. Last time out, of course, it was the Clio Cups in thundery conditions. No thundery conditions here tonight as we come to the end of lap 2, and it's Mummy Papa who leads the way, an increasing margin of 6.2 seconds, followed by Sean in 2nd, Siege in 3rd, TTG 2nd and 3rd at the minute. This is War in 4th, Andy in 5th, Alan Kay is out the pits and is ahead of Mummy Papa, which is, I think, a godsend. Taze Leroy now coming out the pits, and Frank still in the pits. Now he's out of his pit box. I've got retirements in the pits as well, so Taze Leroy and Frank are going to be a lap down. Whether they continue on is going to be another question. They are now a lap down on Mummy Papa, who leads the way by 7 seconds, and that gap is increasing further from Sean in 2nd, who now comes under pressure from Siege. Of course, Siege more favoured for his F1 racing, same with Sean. Mummy Papa more of a specialist here in project cars, and that can be clearly seen here tonight with an 8-second gap already for Mummy Papa out in front as he leads here in TTG project cars. You are tuning into the Renault Roulette. Sean getting a bit wavy there. Siege now, is he going to attack him down the inside, down into turn 4? Yes, he will. He's not quite close enough though. In the background, Andy is getting close to This Is War, and he's getting very close, and in fact he's through. This Is War making another mistake there, and Andy is through, and he's up to P4, and that Panasonic, similar livery to the Toyota, of course red and white livery back in the day for the F1 cars of the Toyota team. And Mummy Papa leads at 7 seconds. That gap has just reduced slightly, but looking at this moment in time, Sean and Siege 2nd and 3rd. Sean and Siege 2nd and 3rd at this stage, and this is going to be a really good battle coming into Sector 2. Just doing the second sector split now they go, and they've already gone through it in fact, and Sean has ran wide. Sean off into the gravel, completely messing up his braking point there, and that allows Siege to go through into P2, and that could let Andy into play as well for P3. We'll go on board then with Andy. Theo Daly is going back. We'll go on board with Andy and just see how these guys are actually coping out on track to come up the hill to start lap 4. Mummy Papa leads 8.7 seconds, but Andy now in the tow on Siege ahead, and Siege now, Sean ahead. this is why TTG, this second and third, they're getting me very confused. Andy trying to go around the outside line down into turn 1. Sean outbraking himself slightly, could allow Andy to go back up the inside, but Sean actually managing that braking point very well indeed. He keeps the position, but for how long? Because Andy flat all over the back of him. This is Wars dropped off by about 2.5 seconds. Tiz Leroy is down in 6th. He has been lapped as well, which is unfortunate. But Andy now pressurising Sean. Is he going to try and get the overtake done? Down the long stretch, surely not around the outside here from Andy, the Scotsman. Sean spends that inside line. Andy tries to go on the switch. Interestingly enough, which is very strange. I do apologise about this, guys. I am getting back into the session now. So don't tune out. There we go. We're back into the session. However, I can spectate. Yes, I can spectate. Thank God for that. Right, we're going back into spectate mode, and thank God for that. Hopefully, no more disconnects tonight. And luckily, it's all been kept on one stream. Hopefully, we haven't missed much since that disconnect has occurred. I do apologise about my connection being a bit belligerent there, to be honest. But there we go. We had it last night as well. In TTL F1 as well. So, yeah. You can forgive me. You can forgive me. As we just wait to load back into the session. Hopefully everyone's names on the track and everything appears. That's the problem with this game. Some things do go slightly wrong. And it is, yeah, Mummy Papa's still out in front. Sean? Where is Sean? He's in the pits, that's where he is. So he's in the pits. Interesting, he must have picked up some front wing damage, obviously, there. Didn't see that, and thank God for him, I think we didn't see that. But Mummy Papa out in front with 6 minutes to go. Got to come through the end of Sector 2. Very long, winding straight here in Road of America. Road America. You can tell I've been under the cosh a bit with my other commentary, goodness me. But Mummy Papa out in front, down into the braking zone, easily reaching speeds ranging up towards 160, 170 mile an hour in places around this track. At the fastest part of the track, down to turn 14, the final corner, and Mummy Papa looking very good here out in front of the 10-second margin he does have. Sean, by the way, is back out the pits, and he is back out the pits ahead of Mummy Papa, so he's not going to be lapped, at least for now. Mummy Papa comes across the line, sets a new best personal lap of the race, and to 53.1, and he's clearly well out on top here from Siege in second as he comes across the line. 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds pretty much to Andy in third. He comes across the line now to start, and he goes quicker slightly than Siege, by about a tenth of a second that last lap around. This is War struggling. He did get the jump off the start. That's probably the only positive he can take out of this race so far, but he's in fourth. He can take that out of his race, certainly. There is a battle further down the field, by the way. Tiz Leroy, who goes wide, and Alan Kay is through. That was pretty easy. Alan Kay's through, he's up to P7. Passing Tiz Leroy, who ran wide there. Again, just things dropping off a little bit as Mummy Papa leads. 9.5 seconds is the gap. From Siege in second, Andy in third. This is War in fourth, but we'll focus on the leader for now as he leads this race. The Finn, Flying Finn of TT Project Cars, is about to possibly win another race here at Road America here tonight. Of course, it is only round 2 of the championship. There are 8 rounds of the championship for Renault Roulette and 8 rounds of the championship for the Renault RS01s, which will be seen after this race. I will cancel this stream when we get to the end of this race. I will end the stream and then come back about 2 minutes later, try and get some food in that time as well. So if you hear me eating at the start, then you'll probably appreciate why. But Mummy Papa now through turn 14 again. About to start lap 7 here as he leads the way. Again, we're more than halfway through the race. We're nearly 3/4 of the way through the race, and it's looking good for Mummy Papa out in front. Looking very good indeed for him. 10, 11 seconds the gap, nearly out to 12 seconds the gap as they come through turns 1, 2 and 3. As Mummy Papa in fact comes through turns 1, 2 and 3, and he's quicker by 0.3 of a second there on Siege. Mummy Papa dominates out in front, coming through turn 3, now coming down towards turn 4, which is actually named, this middle section of this straight is named the Moraine Sweep, which is downhill into turn 5, and in fact Mummy Papa is approaching somebody, and I think it's Sean who's been overtaken by Frank, so Sean clearly, sorry, that is, yeah, that is Sean. That is Sean, he's in 5th. Thinking to myself, why is he further down the field? But yeah, Sean in 5th, getting caught now by Mummy Papa. You can tell by the difference of the lap times. I mean, a minute extra added on pretty much from the pit stops there for Sean. But Mummy Papa leads. Looking good at this stage, 53.7 is the lap time that he set last time around. And we should be getting one more lap out of this race, as This Is War is into the pits, and that is not a healthy sight you like to see on a car. This Is War has got 3 wheels. Very strange sight you see here on project cars, honestly. Wouldn't change it for the world though, as we are about to start what is the final lap of the race. So we're only getting 8 laps here in Road America. And with Mummy Papa now reaching turn 14, we will begin the final lap of the race. Where is This Is War going to come out? He's in the pits, and he is now being passed by Sean, and now Mummy Papa, yeah, so this is the final lap of the race. So Mummy Papa leads, 11 seconds the gap. It's a very simple gap for Mummy Papa. Siege in 2nd, Andy in 3rd. Thank you everyone for tuning in, by the way. I think it's the best viewing figure we've got in quite a while on TT Project Cars. And we used to commentate to a little bit less people. We have lost a driver at the race. Mistake me if I'm wrong. I don't have a clue who that was. We'll hopefully come on to that at the end of this race. But Mummy Papa now coming through the Moraine Sweep down into turn 5. Looking very nice indeed through there. Down the uphill run into turn 6. Personal best. Pretty much through the first sector. Flat first sector. So clearly going great guns here, Mummy Papa out in front. And he should jump to the top of the standings here, because Sean is in 4th. Alan Kay is in 4th in the standings at the minute. He should jump him. So yeah, we should see Mummy Papa going to the top of the timing, top of the leaderboard here, going into round 3 next week. I will bring you the tracks for the rest of the season after this. But Mummy Papa, though, coming through downhill into turn 12 at Canada Corner through Kettle Bottoms. What a name of little king that is. Now through turn 13, that was Canada Corner he's just gone through turn 13, now into turn 14, and Mummy Papa round the final corner is going to take the win here. The flying fin of Renault Roulette. Mummy Papa comes across the line to win here at Road America, and it's an impressive win in the end. By 10 seconds he did reduce that margin down in the end, Siege a little bit coming across the line. It's around a 9-second gap coming across the line. In fact, the Siege comes across the line, 53.3 to boot on that lap. Andy in 3rd, and in fact, sorry, Andy will be on top of the standings, I should say. Sean, we're going to wait on for quite a while. Frank is around the final corner. We're going to get him coming across the line very soon indeed. So Frank about to come across the line and finish in 5th. He won't get another lap, I don't think. Yep, reduces the speed there. Alan Kay getting chased down by This Is War. This is for a battle. Sean, in the meantime, is only through sector 1. So we're going to be seeing these two battling out for potential P6 towards the end of the race here. Alan Kay. Oh, and he's made a mistake. He's on the grass through Canada Corner. And This Is War's through, around the outside. Opportunistic there from This Is War, and that's costly for the Irishman, as This Is War has taken 6th place late on, and on the run to the line he's going to get it. This Is War will take 6th place ahead of Alan Kay coming across the line. It could be the end of the race. We're just going to be waiting on Sean then to come through sector 2. He's setting personal best through sector 2 by 0.04 of a second. Sean now coming through Canada Corner at turn 12 and then through turn 13. Runs very wide there, Sean. Probably a bit of a statutorous race. Thank you everyone for tuning in, by the way. This is War saying he cut the curb and spun. Mayor's saying he seemed to glitch, which is not great at all. That's not great at all, to be honest. And I'll have a look at... yeah. But Sean across the line to finish in 4th place there. As we end the race here in North America, and Renault races are ones to come. But Mummy Papa takes it here from Siege in 2nd, Andy in 3rd, Sean in 4th, Frank in 5th. This is War in 6th. And it was Alan Kay in 7th right at the end of that race. And we should be seeing the Renault races getting going very soon indeed. So from me, James Head 14, I bid you farewell for about a minute or two. Bear with us while we just reset up the lobby. So thank you very much for watching the Renault Roulette. And until Renault races in about 2 minutes time, goodbye.